Hello students, I welcome you toward the first step of the Python. So before we go to the Python programming, we should understand first of all how to install this Python programming in our system, how it is work and many other things. But before we go to this installation and working too, we should know about its historical background, its speciality, its a feature, right? So all these stuffs we are going to learn first, and next to that we are going to deal with this, the installation, working and execution of Python in our real environment in today's lecture only, right? So as we are going to deal with the lecture number 1 right now in our today's lecture, let us see first of all outline of this presentation. So over here in this presentation, first of all we are going to introduce the Python itself, what exactly the Python is, we are going to see. Next to that, we are going to deal with the difference between Python, the Python language. I mean to say that, Python is having both the roles, scripting and programming both, right? So how the program and script are different, right? And how they are related to, that is we are going to discuss. After understand this programming and scripting, we are going toward the history of Python, that how, where, why it is started, it is created, that is we are going to see in a brief. Next to that, we are looking to the scope with Python, how you can deal Python, how you can deal with Python, that's what you are going to learn in that particular task. Next to that, the same how to deal with Python, with which particular ways you can program Python, that also you are going to see in a brief. It was only an overview, right? Not much detail will be there in this particular topic. Next to that, we are uh, going to take tour of the existing user of Python, which nowadays very much rigorously used this scripting language. Next to that, we are going toward the main features of Python, because of which the many user community have been rigorously using this Python nowadays too. And after understand all these steps, we are moving toward the direction of the way of installation Python, as well as the IDE for the Python. After successfully installation of Python, how we can write a code, how we can execute code, and how we can observe result and other thing, that is also we are going to understand, we are going to learn, and we are going to see in the last phase of this our today's lecture. So now, if I first of all start with the introduction, then as I told in this my outline slide, that this Python is basically the general purpose programming language, and this programming language is also applied for a scripting too, right? So programming is different aspect, scripting is different aspect, but this our Python can deal with both the role, right? And that's why the Python is not only the programming language, but it is also known as the scripting language too. Sometimes people are also saying that the Python is interpreted language because of its specific characteristic. This is also this particular stuff also we are going to discuss in our upcoming slide. Now, before we go to any other discussion about the Python, we should understand first what the programming language is and what the scripting language is. So, if you look to first of all program, then as usual, we are also looking in our Arduino programming. Whenever we are writing our source code, then first of all, the system is not allowed to transmit that code into the system, or you can say that on the board of Arduino. But before we transfer to the Arduino, we need to compile it first. So such compilation is necessary whenever we are saying that our language is programming language, right? And as a result of compilation, and you can say that the successful compilation, we are transmit that data to the device, or you can say that to the board, and then after it is executed over there, right? So that it is written here that the program is in general a sequence of instructions for computer to perform certain tasks. So we are giving tasks to do the stuff, right, in the same environment, in the same era. But opposite side to that, the scripting is nothing but the sort of interpretation. If you are writing something in one environment, then the scripting language is changed into the another environment, right? So this is the main difference, and that's why the scripting language, or the Python, is also called the interpreter, right? So if we look to the script, right, then the script, we are required to write in a scripting language. Now this scripting language is nothing but the one type of programming language, but in which we are writing our data in one environment, and by means of that data we are controlling the another environment. You can say that by means of one software you can control another software. So this is the main speciality of the scripting language over a programming language. And over here you can see, and we have also seen that the Python is deal with both the type of environment, programming as well as scripting, right? And that's why the scope as well as the application area of Python is much more wider as compared to any other existing language nowadays. Now, if we back to history of this Python, then it was invented by Guido van Rossum in Netherlands country. Actually, it was invented in 1980, but it was implemented in December 1989, and it was approved that yes, the language is proper one. Now, uh, this language is open source, so that anyone can deal it with from very beginning. So in, you can say that 1989 1990 onward, people were using rigorously, but nowadays, as and when the machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, and when many prediction algorithms are having highly required applications in our day-to-day life, the people are using very much rigorously in our research area as well as in the manufacturing industry too. Now, the name Python. So we must have questioned that why the name Python is given to this our language. So the reason behind this is very funny. You can say that how I'm saying that it is funny. So whenever this inventor Guido was thinking about this language and was watching a show on television, namely the Monty Python's Flying Circus, was telecasting by the BBC comedy series over there in the Netherlands. So at that time, he thought that let us keep the scripting language named Python. Otherwise, nowadays people are thinking with many different aspects that Python is because of its characteristic. There is one very specific characteristic in laboratory. We are going to see that whenever you are writing certain code and whenever you are writing certain controlling environment, I mean to say that some loop and other things, at that time you must keep certain type of intendant, right? So to keep such a spacing, such a intendant, uh, the shape is created something like the moving python, moving snake, and that's why people are also calling the name of this language is Python. But the real reason is nothing but a comedy series propagating, you can say, that was telecasting by the BBC comedy series. This was only the reason, and at that time the name Python was decided by its inventor. Now, the Python was created by this inventor to achieve certain goal. So these goals are they listed here. Very first is it must be easy and intuitive, as well as it must be powerful enough and which can compete with its competitors like C, C++, and many others. Next to that, it must be open source, right? And that's why anyone simply without permission of anyone can develop and design the same stuff over there. Moreover, whatever code is designed in this Python, it is in a plain English, and it must be suitable for everyday task, not only for long time task, but it must be fulfill the short time task too whenever people are going for the respective development of the product or any particular application or particular research. At that time also it must be support, and that's why the Python was created. And nowadays we are looking that yes, this Python is following or fulfill all this requirement. Now, if you have question that where we can use this Python, I mean to say that what about the scope of Python, right? Then there are endless list of scope of Python, right? Let me start with engineering, right? So we are nowadays we are dealing with our signal processing. Let's say digital signal processing, signal and system, control system engineering, right? Okay, so then VLSI, everywhere you can use your Python, because if you are scripting Python, if you are programming Python, then all this programming is going to support your hardware. Mostly in every domain there is a hardware available which is supporting Python. So this is the stuff which we are knowing about it, right? But in addition to all this, there are many other different variety of domains in engineering which are also very much rigorously using this Python. So in this list, very first I would like to keep the domain is nothing but a data science. In data science, people are using this Python. Basically, data science is nothing but the group of the huge data, and then whenever analysis comes to the picture, at that time people are dealing with data, and in that one people are dealing with Python very easily. It is offering many advantages, like the less computational complexity, less space complexity, and many things, right? Of course, the computational and space complexity are nothing but the trade-off, but ultimately as compared to all other scripting, or you can say that programming language, this Python language is providing much more support to the structure, and that's why in data science people are rigorously using. Next to that, weather forecasting. So in weather forecasting also the same is, it is also, you can say, that branch of data science. Next to that, remote sensing, as well as image processing, I told, in signal processing, in telemedicine application, in different kind of the research, this kind of Python scripting has been used very rigorously. And in IoT also, nowadays IoT is very big partner of IoT. So nowadays you can say that IoT is not complete without the Python scripting, right? And no doubt there are different scriptings available, different programmings are available, right? But the Python is the very Python is offering very big contribution to design the IoT very simply. Next to that, in science also people are using rigorously this Python. The best example is bioinformatics and related many other branches. Wherever you are saying that yes, data is there, Python will be helpful. So without data nothing is possible. So that the in every application you can think that yes, Python is there and Python is required. In addition to that, the administration, not normal administration, I'm talking about the system administration. In that one, Unix design, WebLogic, and WebSphere, and many other uh, worldwide web related applications, people are using this Python programming. In web application development also, like CGI, which is popularly known as Common Gateway Interface, in that one also people are using Jython, Servlet, and many other things, many other domains in which the Python has been used by the community. These are the samples. You can say that this is the 2% applications which I am showing here under the scope of Python, right? But there is very big list which you can consider over here that Python has been used. Now, another point is with which way you can deal with a Python. So here some ways I have listed out. Again, it is not limited to all this listed one, but it is also more than this given. Very first is the system programming, right? which we are dealing with in embedded system and many other applications. Then after in GUI application, this is nothing but the graphical user interface programming. In that one also, wherever the object identification, segmentation and related kind of the stuffs are there at that time, people are using it, right? GUI is also consisting the different operations. You can take over here example of the web page designing on that, and on that one we are using tab. So certain tab we are putting with the help of certain you can say that the pictorial information or pictorial tab, right? So such a pictorial tab designing is possible with the help of this our Python also. I'm not saying only Python is used, right? But Python is one of the important scripting language with which people can deal it with to design the GUI interface. Next to that, internet scripting. Whenever you are designing some the communication related stuff over an internet, at that time the scripting is also possible with the help of Python. Then component integration, in that one it is short of, you can say that, hardware, right? In that one also the Python is supporting over there, right? I'm also going to discuss about this particular component integration in the list of users of Python. In that one, the many major companies are using this concept. Next to that, in database programming also the Python has been used, and along all with this, the gaming, images, XML, robotics, and many more domain of you can say that the research and innovation, the Python is having big opportunity, or you can say that big chance. Basically, if I talk about the users of Python, right, then it is not only used in the institute level, not only academic level, right, but it is also nowadays rigorously used by the many popular companies, right? And that's why you can say that the Python is a real revenue generating product, or you can say that it is revenue generating product supported language or scripting language, you can say, right? For example, if I talk about Google, then Google is very rigorously used this Python to web search system, to design its web search system. Now you can say that what is web search system? So Google engine, whenever you are writing something that GH Patel College of Engineering and Technology, right? So whenever you are given this data in your Google search engine, right, at that time in the background of this particular instruction and search, right, there is a particular type of script is running, and that script, or this program is normally Google is writing in the Python language or Python domain, right? So this is also very big application in particularly Google. They are also using the their employees are also using the Python's creator too in the same, right? Not only Google, but along with this Google, this Intel, Cisco, HP, Seagate, you can say, the if the Cisco is in the router designer company, HP is laptop manufacturing company, Seagate is hard disk manufactured company, Qualcomm is core electronics and communication company, right? So if I'm saying that Seagate is the hard disk manufacturer, it is not only hardware manufacturer, this hard disk manufacturer. HP is not only manufacturing laptop, but many products are manufactured by all these given the company. But why I'm saying, because whenever we are talking about hard disk, first of all the name in our mind is comes that yes, Seagate. Whenever we talk about laptop, the HP comes in our mind, right? Likewise Cisco, Intel, Qualcomm and IBM too. So all these companies are using Python for hardware testing, and that's why I can say that you see this Python is not only the software, but it is a software, but it is also supporting the hardware too, right? And that's why these companies are rigorously using this one. In addition to that, the ESRI is also using the Python as end user customization tool, right, to provide the GIS mapping product. And of course this GIS mapping product is having the direct mapping with the remote sensing application, right? So up to end user, this Python is supporting the society, right? So that this is also very much important. Next to that, if we talk about the YouTube, right, then in video sharing service, the YouTube is rigorously using Python, right? Now in video sharing, right, whenever let us take one example that you are searching, let's say Raspberry Pi or Raspberry Pi related project or particular any other stuff of your interest. So for half an hour or for an hour, if suppose you are searching particular things continuously, right, then this YouTube will identify your research, your search on its web page, and based on that, whenever next time you will open it, right, then many options related to your interest of search will be over on the screen in front of your eyes will be there, right? So in that one, definitely machine learning, artificial intelligence related algorithms are running in the background, right? But all these stuffs are normally carried out by this YouTube is in the Python domain, right? So that the use of Python is also endless, right? So these are also, I can say that, the sample of users, right? But nowadays, a lot many companies are not in our country India, but out of India also people are rigorously using this Python. We must have questioned that why this much usability of Python is, right? So it is because of its particular features, right? So if you look to the features of Python, then very first is the Python is object oriented, right? And as this is object oriented kind of programming, right, this structure is support to the variety of very important concept like polymorphism, operation overloading, and multiple inheritance. These are also the best example of the structure of object oriented programming. So in that one also, the Python is very much useful, right? And next and very much important feature of Python is nothing but it is the free. You can say that it is open source. So without permission of anyone, you can download, you can install, and you can execute the Python program. Not only that, but you can develop your Python language too. So that much level of freedom you are having because of this open source facility offered by the Python itself. And nowadays that's why only the people are using very rigorously like anything in anywhere the Python is. Also, the Python is enough powerful, right, in terms of the dynamic typing in built-in types and tools, then library utilities. You can say that if suppose I talk about the NumPy, which is nothing but the library for the mathematics, or you can say that if suppose you need to deal with the multi-dimensional data analysis like the matrix or more than size of matrix data analysis, at that time NumPy library will be used. So likewise there are you know uh, hundreds of libraries are there which you can use in your particular designing and creating your particular product with the help of this Python. Then after the third party utility also to mean to say that this IPy, it is different organization, but directly you can call the module, you can call library, and you can delete with, right? And it is also offering automatic memory management during your programming, during your saving the stuff, right? That's why also the Python is very much popular in the research community. Not only that, but Python is portable enough. Why I'm saying that it is portable enough? Because the Python can run simply in any virtual platform too. Along with that, uh, it's not required that the much higher platform is required to it, right? But in place of that, you can also deal with the any small you can say that the design, right, on which you can operate your Python. Because and that's why only the use of Python is started with the Node MCU, which is the smallest developing board, to the you can say that this our Arduino, and then Raspberry Pi and many other the Beagle one, and you can say that many other boards are there, right? So everywhere you can use Python. Actually, if we talk about this Arduino, then it is having different ID, right? But in case of this Node MCU, this is nothing but the 8266 developing board. In that one also, in Raspberry Pi also, and many other boards are available on which you can rigorously use this Python, right? So it is not only limited to this type of small boards, but in bigger industry also, your Python can operate the variety of devices, or you can say that variety of hardware too, right? So because of such a compatibility, you can say that the Python is, the portable enough and easy to install because of its interpretation capability with the variety of different platforms. Now, after discussion, rigorously discussion about this, our Python history, Python capability, Python usability, then after other feature of Python and many things. Now, if you would like to start with Python, then what to do? So very first thing is what if you are dealing with the different Unix system, like you can say that Linux, Mac and others, right? Then the Python is already installed on this system, right? So in that one, no need to install Python. You just type, you see just Python or IPython, just enter. You will be having the domain in front of your eye on the respective domain itself, right? But normally, we guys are using Windows operating system, right? So whenever we are dealing with Windows, in Windows it is not default available, the Python is, right? So that this is the link, this is the site which you can use to download your exe file of Python. You can download it with a given link, and then the respective type of version, and of course you should install the highest and recent version of Python, right, in your system, and then you have to install, right? Now during installation, what point we need to take care, that we are going to discuss at the time of our laboratory session. Each and every step we are going to deal, we are going to see, and we are going to understand, right, at the time of laboratory, right? But you need to download it, you need to start installation, the recent version in your system, right? And if suppose you have completed your installation in your system, right, then you need to click on this particular tab under the respective list of tab, the Python and command line. So whenever you will go into the start menu, and then click on this given Python, at that time you will be having this kind of you know the tab command line, and whenever you will click on that command line, you will be having the terminal in front of your eye like this, right? Now over here, if you are having this kind of the availability, suppose that it is written here that Python 3.1.2, this is the thing, but a version, right? And along with that, the things are also written whenever the terminal related to Python is started, like copyright, credits, license and many things. And under which, if you are having this kind of errors, it means that now your Python is ready to execute your thoughts by means of the command line, or you can say that by means of your variety of instructions. So if it is, if terminal in front of your eye, it is fine, right? Now you are supposed to start the stuff. If it is, right, now how to write a code, right? So let us see this here. If you have started this interpreter, if you have started this terminal, right, then you should start with this, the very first simple line, print. Let me see if this print is command, right? So after print, you just write down under this code hello world and enter. Then you will be having this hello world. This is the very basic stuff. So likewise, if suppose you would like to deal with certain mathematics, right, then you can write here 2 plus 3, also applicable. Okay, in addition to that, if suppose you would like to deal with not only this one dimensional data, right, but if you would like to deal with two dimensional data, respective library is there, we are going to call it, right, definitely, and you can deal it with in the same terminal too, right? There are many other domain, or you can say that many other platform on which you can execute this Python. The examples are Thony Python, then after Jupyter notebook, next to that the Python terminal, with the help of this command line. All these stuffs during our laboratory session we are going to see. There is one another platform offered by the Jupyter notebook, and it is nothing but the Spider. This Thony Python and Spider both are offering the environment, or both are offering the scene like a MATLAB itself, right? So normally what we are doing in MATLAB, we are making one file, we are saving that file, and then we are executing that file. So in command prompt we are observing the output. So same way in this our spider as well as this Thorny Python, you can get this kind of feeling too, right? So whatever you are feel better, that you can use, right? But nowadays let me see you, uh, in industry level people are using the Jupyter notebook for effectively use of the Python, right, to execute the task efficiently. Okay, so whenever you are writing your code, how the Python is deal it with, right? So in that one, the what Python is doing, it is interpreting this your source code, which is you have designed with your thinking, right? So this your thinking is converted, it is translated into the byte code, right? And this byte code are run by this Python virtual machine. Whenever you are giving execution, right, whenever you are giving enter, at that time the virtual machine is executing it, right? And at that time your code is compiled, okay? And you can say that it is not only compiled, but at the same time it is also interpreted, right? And because of this, it is converted into the runtime mode. And that's why in this figure you can say that whatever file you are going to save, in case of Python it will be having extension py, right, m.py, right? This is nothing the source file, right? But the extended file, which is nothing but, you can say that the byte file, it will be having extension .pyc, right? So if suppose you are looking folder of your respective directory, right, at that time this kind of file will also be available, right? This is nothing but the compiled file by the Python compiler too. That also you can observe, right? And the output of this will be nothing but the runtime representation of your code itself, right? So over here, if suppose we are having this kind of stuff, right, then the point is how we can execute the code. So I have taken some example just to show you that how much easy the dealing with Python, right? So let us see the same stuff with the various popular mathematical operators, right? So here we are having this math operator. So in my previous slide, let me back you what I have written here. You see here I have written print hello world, right? So in place of hello world, now here you can see what I'm writing. It is print 3 plus 12, right? So over here I am having the output 15, okay? And so on, 12 minus 3, 9, okay? Same way, 9 plus 5 minus 15 plus 12, so it is 11. So such a way, very rigorously you can deal with the mathematical operation. And if you are having the certain command information of different library and different module, you can deal it with it too, right? So these are the operators, right, which we have been used over here, plus and minus, right? But here also one not is written, right? But all this stuff, right, what to write, how to write, where to write, where not to write, and all this stuff we are going to see, we are going to discuss in our upcoming lecture, right? Now other operators are also supported, not only the addition subtraction, but the division and multiplication are also playing role, right? It is 12 into 3, 36 here seen, 12 by 3 it is 4, 11 by 3 it is 3, right? 12.0 by 3.0 it is 4, right? And 11.0 by 3.0 it is 3.66. So the point 3.0 and just a 3, it is also having matter over here. The difference you can see here, right? That also we are going to learn during our laboratory session, right? So these are only the little step, or you can say that the ABCD of Python, right? But if you start from this domain, and if you are having your own interest over here with this, then definitely you can reach to the designing of the very big application with the help of only this. You can say that the Python itself, right? So this was a sample and the introductory lecture of Python, right? Now next lecture onward, we are going to discuss in a detail about certain data type, certain operations, you can say that certain control commands, and many other things in our this particular lecture itself, right? So we are meeting now in our next lecture. Until that, I'm suggesting you guys to try to download the stuff, right? Try to execute all these simple tasks, right? And come up with certain type of the question and certain type of problem whenever we are meeting again with the another session, another rather interesting session of Python. Thank you very much all of you to listen me carefully this Python. Thank you all of you. Bye bye.